Hello, guys, and welcome to Odds on Ligue. And I'm sure you were all waiting for this moment because we have to give the kickoff of this new season 23-24 with Alain Valnegri. How are you, Alain?
Eduardo Siles, how are you? Yes, fine. Really exciting with the new season. Ligue 1 is back. The biggest question is some teams can be fights for the title against PSG, who have a really cold summer, and we must wait a little for the end of the market, because I think the last three weeks of the market will be really intense in France and PSG too, because they have some trouble.
Indeed, we are going to discuss a lot the transfer market according to the bookies. By the way, I have to say that they don't think there is going to be any fight in the title challenge. PSG to win the title 1.29, Olympique Marseille 13. But Alain, then let's analyze everything that we have in this first match day. Remember, with only 9 games, because there are only 18 teams in this Ligue 1 23-24. Everything now. And of course, don't forget to press the like, to subscribe to our channel, to get notifications every time we post a video. And Alain, we have big news for this start of the season, because we have a new partnership with 1xBet. And if you use the promo code that is below in the comment section, Oddspedia YouTube, you will get a new welcome bonus, and a special one just for Oddspedia. So, all good news. Alain Valnegri, to start in this hot summer in August. The first game is on Friday, and it's a good one. We have Nice Lille. Nice, very disappointing last season. Remember, they finished 9th in the previous season, and they have a manager. You have to tell me about him, Alain. Francesco Farioli. Who is he?
Yes, he was the former assistant of Roberto De Zerbi. He has a really offensive mentality. The last season he managed in Turkey, and his game was so funny. Not for the tactical analyst, but for the fun, for the offensive football. And that one is the big changement in Nice. They totally changed the philosophy of the model of play. Nice. This season, the last season, Nice was one of the team with less goal in the game. Frequently, the game finished to the under 2.5. This season, it will be normally the opposite, because Farioli is pure offensive football. He's a little Roberto De Zerbi, and that one with the squad he have in Nice. We will be enjoy. They're signing Jérémy Boga, the crazy dribbler man of Atalanta. Needs a really good base of young, talented player, and I think we will be enjoy. We will be enjoy with Nice this season. For this game, Lille arrived in Nice. Lille made a really good summer, because there doesn't lose so many players. Our key players stay in Lille, like Louis Fonte, like Benjamin André, like Jonathan David. But we must wait. We must wait until the end of the market, because maybe they can lose. If the squad will be this for Lille, I think Fonseca will be improved the last season, and Lille can be build something serious, because Fonseca changed a lot of things. It was really hard, because when he arrived, Lille was a really defensive team. Fonseca arrived, he started to introduce his concept, and the team answered really well. Now, one of the limit the last season was the game outside, away. I have a lot of problem away. For this game, and I think it will be frequently this season. I choose both teams to score. It will be really frequently with Nice, both teams to score 1.73.
Good to have new offensive managers in Ligue 1. We also have Umtiti back in Ligue 1, playing for Lille, for instance. Next game on Saturday, very interesting one. These two games that we have on Saturday, Olympique Marseille, Reims, because Marseille, they have a key game on Wednesday. We are doing this video ahead of that game against Panathinaikos in the Champions League, and recently French teams are losing in these playoff rounds. In the Champions League, they have a new manager, they have Marcelino, they have a lot of acquisitions, you will tell me later, Alain, whereas in the other hand, we have Reims, that they had a brilliant second part of the season with Will still in charge. They lost 𝐿𝐿 going to PSG. What to expect about these two teams in this new season?
I really like Marcelino. I think he's a trainer with a strong identity. He knows how he will be play. The team are really dynamic, really direct, and I think Marseille moved really well in the market. They build a team for Marcelino, and that one is the most important, because when do you have that connection with the sport director and with the manager, normally you found the way to have and start a serious project. Marseille need now a serious project, because in the last season they changed so many managers, and that one Sampaoli to Tudor to Marcelino. It's three different model of play, and now what is the philosophy? How the team wanna play? I think the idea of Longoria is playing the football idea of Marcelino, and I think the signings are good, because Sarr is a player undervalued. I think in France he will make the difference. Kondogbia is a player, can be the leader in the midfield. Marcelino known really well him, because he managed him in Valencia when Valencia won the Spanish Cup against Barca. And respect to the last season, Lodi too, signing to Marseille, and I think respect to the last season, he will be a team with more balance to manage the moment in the game. There will be more balance, and that one was a limit with the Tudor management last season. But this game is really dangerous for Marseille. The last 10 games in Marseille, only 2 games they won against Stade de Reims, the Black Cat of Marseille, when they play in Velodrome. And the Black Cat, in this case Stade de Reims, made a really good friendly game. Last 5 games, they won the 5 games against Italian team, Spanish team, Belgian team, and French team. And I think still will give this continuity to this project, because he entered really well. He don't finish really well, because he has some trouble in the last journey, and he lose point who cost to Stade de Reims to don't fight for the European competition. And this season, I think Stade de Reims wanna jump the step, and that one means fighting against for European competition until the end. They lose Balogun. That one can be a problem, because we know the brilliant season about Arsenal former forward. Now we will be check the news, the new entry, like Kadra, Redra, Josh, Joseph. Reims check really well the Belgian market, and normally they have success. For this game, I choose my first surprise of the season, a double opportunity. X2 odds 2.30 for Reims doesn't lose. And you mentioned Marseille play against Panathinaikos this season, this week, and the next week, and that one is the objective. They can sacrifice this game because the objective is stay in the champions.
Very, very important for Olympique Marseille and for the third team in France to qualify finally for the group stage. Last season, Monaco failed to do it, for instance, and Olympique Marseille, they have to face Panathinaikos. So Alain is going for a double chance for the visitor, for Reims. And on Saturday, we have also a very interesting game, PSG Lorient in the Parc des Princes, because it's the unveiling of Luis Enrique as PSG manager after some rumors even saying that he might quit because the atmosphere is very weird in Paris, with Campos in the middle, of course, with Mbappé, who is not going to play this game, but let's see how the supporters back Mbappé. But Alain, in between all this, PSG went to the market, and we have Skriniar, we have Gonzalo Ramos, we have Asensio, we have Lucas Hernandez, so many new faces for PSG.
Yes, I think the philosophy has changed. It's not they don't go for the big star, but they go to the future star, and that one is Campos' philosophy. Campos is one of the most brilliant sport director in Europe. His curriculum speak for him. Title in Monaco, title in Lille. Without the budget, who have the Paris Saint-Germain. Now, my question is, what will be the atmosphere in the vestry? Luis Enrique, I think he choose a place where you have a lot of pressure, where the market is not finished when the Ligue is starting. A lot of new players, a lot of doubt. I have a lot of doubt about this Paris Saint-Germain. Not Luis Enrique, because I don't like Luis Enrique. I love Luis Enrique, but with the team, I think the border doesn't help him in this moment. Lorient is a good start for Paris Saint-Germain. Lorient from January lose a lot of key players. We remember the first part of the season of Lorient. The last season was brilliant. They lose Terem Moffi, especially because that one I think was the key. This summer they lose Enzo Lefebvre, went to Rennes. Some signing from Swiss League, from Ligue 2. We will be check how they adapt them to the Ligue, especially 𝐬𝐭𝐴, the striker of ex-striker of Zurich. Ligue 1 is different than Swiss League, and Lorient need goal. I think Romain Fèvre is a very, very, very good signing from Bournemouth on loan, and if he's back like the Romain Fèvre about the 2 seasons ago, he can be really important. The model of play of Lorient doesn't change. Lebris still keep in the bench, and that one means we will be see goals in the game of Lorient, because Lorient wanna play, build from the central defender. The idea is really offensive, and against this Paris Saint-Germain, when do you concede some space, Paris Saint-Germain feel really comfortable. I choose over 2.75 goals. The odds are not so high, but I have good feeling for the goals in this game. Odds 1.56.
Okay, PSG, the current champion, and the current runner-up is Lens. They will play Champions League, remember, this season, but before they have to go to Brest, and Lens, Alain, they keep Frank Hayes as the manager, but they lost, for instance, Openda or Fofana in the summer transfer window.
The two key player. Sekou Fofana in the middle, energy, goal, assist, big heart, passion, and Openda. Openda was the key finalization part. With his skills, permit to Lens to play that type of football Now I think the market is not finished. In Lens, I think there will be wait the last week of the market to catch some good deal, but that one can be affect the team in the first journey about this Ligue 1. In change, Brest is stable. Brest doesn't change a lot during the summer. I think that their sign player with experience in Ligue 1, like Jonas Martin, ex-Betis, Mehdi Camara from Saint-Etienne, and is that type of player with experience in Ligue 1, especially in the midfield, is really important for Roy, the midfield, the density in the midfield to defend, and after to start the transition. It's a team really direct with good counter attack, and they have a player really good with the head like Steve Mounier, like Jérémy Le Doiron, and I think Brest is the same team with 2-3 signing can be improved. The team, and especially with Roy, the team has a strong identity. They know how they want to play. They want to play a direct football. Really strong in defensive with a low block, not a middle block, with a low block. But when they recover the ball, transition really fast and really aggressive. For this game, I choose another surprise, because in the last 10 games in Brest, only 2 times Lens was able to win double opportunity. 1x odds 1.90.
Because Lens are really favorite to win this game. Odds
Yes.
are around 2. Brest to win is around 4. So Alain is going for the big surprise. And then we have an interesting game as well, Clermont and Monaco, because these Monaco have to improve. Remember that last season they finished 6th. That's why they have now Adi Hutter on the bench, Alain, and they lost, for instance, Disasi to Chelsea, 45 million in the box, whereas Clermont, they kept surprising us year after year. They finished 8th last season. Let's see if they struggle this one or they stay comfortable again another year in the top flight division in France.
Clermont is one of the most fascinating projects in France. Clermont doesn't spend 1 penny in the market. Clermont signed only 3 players. And with that philosophy, to be able to save the category 2 season, consecutive season, especially the last season was really difficult, with 4 teams go to Ligue 2, means is a team with clear idea. With clear idea, they're signing at the beginning of the market. Clermont made his market at the beginning of the market. And that one means is a team with clear idea, with planification, with where you can work really comfortable. This season, they improve, I think, the quality with the signing of 𝐋𝐞𝐭'𝐬 from Spartak Moscow, especially Bilal Botouba. He was a brilliant talent in Marseille. He went to Sevilla. He suffered a lot of injury, and the last season in Niort in Ligue 2, he made a brilliant season. This one is his season. It will be his season to Bilal Botouba, 24 years old. He's a creative player. Gastien, the manager of Clermont, known how they found the position and the movement to this type of player, and Clermont needed this type of player with creativity since last season. I think that improved his squad. Monaco, I don't know. Is a really strange Monaco. Last season was really hard for Monaco because we saw a bipolar team, able to doesn't lose against Paris Saint-Germain, but able to lose 4-1 against Troyes at home. it was one of the most difficult team to predict last season. What changed in the model of play? Adi Hütter is really direct. It's a football really direct. It's not a football of possession. It's a box-to-box team, and this direct style, I think the squad was sought the last season to have more powder with the possession. The question is, what about this transition? How many time the squad need to understand the concept and have success? Because the quality in Monaco, they have quality. They made a brilliant market every season. But after, the big question is the manager. And with Clermont, it was a not good era, the era of Clermont. Now with Adi Hütter, a lot of doubt. We see the team during this summer doing good things at the beginning of the preparation, but they finish bad. The preparation with 3 defeats against Genoa, against Arsenal, and against Bayern. Now playing against Clermont, everybody think Monaco is really favorite. Warning, Clermont, the last season can be catch point at every big team. And I think this one will be still this season, and I choose the double opportunity. 1x Clermont, odds 1.84.
Another surprise then for Alain Valnegri. Next game is Montpellier Le Havre, one of the new teams in Ligue 1. Alain, tell me a little bit about it. Whereas Montpellier, we know from last season that they scored a lot of goals. Very entertaining team, this Montpellier from Der Zakarian.
See, Montpellier, the biggest question of Montpellier is why will be stay? Because he's the key. He's the goal scorer. He's the goal scorer. Montpellier always have a really good scouting in Europe to go to signing player in Swiss League, in Bosnia, in Belgium, in Portugal, and we saw that in this market. But with or without Wai, with Wai, I think Montpellier can be improved the last season, because remember when the Zakarian came to Montpellier in the middle of the season, Montpellier start to give sign about a lot of weakness, but the Zakarian arrived there and found solution to take good results with this team. Now they lose Mavididi, but he was not so titular the last season. I think is a really good sale, because he's permit to Montpellier to buy Seko Falai, Besilo Marejic, the center defender from FC Zurich, to Adams Accor from Lillestrøm, can be one of the surprise of the Ligue 1, because in Lillestrøm in this year you have an average of goal really impressive, because 15 goals in 15 games in Lillestrøm, and we know a lot of African players go to the Scandinavian League, Norway, Sweden, Denmark, and after when they arrive to the top 5 in Europe, there doesn't have this difficulty to adapt themselves. It can be one of the surprise about this Ligue 1. Le Havre is the oldest team in Ligue 1, arrive in Ligue 1 with a shy market. Le Havre is managed in the sporting area with people really conceptual. They have an idea really clear, but in the economical part, Le Havre can't permit himself to sign very good player. They must to work with idea. They conserve a strong base about the last season. It was one of the key. They signe 𝐜𝐭𝐚𝐲, ex-former Zenit St. Petersburg, for the midfield, where he can give stability and experience. Abdoulaye Touré, former player of Nantes, and in this part of the field, in the midfield, I think they do really good signing. Now, my question and my doubt is the attack. Is the attack when they have talented player, but really young player. And that one, in Ligue 1, when you don't have the goal scorer, is difficult. 𝐿𝐭𝐴𝐳𝐧𝐧𝐞𝐜 is a very good manager. He worked really well in Amiens. He has clear identity about how he wanna play. He's a offensive football. We will be enjoy with Le Havre, but the opposite team will be enjoy, because in the defensive part, I think they can suffer. It depends a lot of the midfield, how they adapt the tandem Touré, 𝐸𝐴𝐳 to give this stability in the phase of no possession of ball. When I checked the odds, I was really surprised. I think Montpellier is more favorite than the odds for this game, and I choose Montpellier winning, odds 1.98.
And next game, Alain, is Nantes-Toulouse. Before, by the way, remember, Alain, that we have a special code for 1xBet. Check it in the comment section so you can register with a special welcome bonus thanks to Oddspedia. The promo code, it's 𝐿𝐿𝐴𝐻𝐵𝑒𝑡. Perhaps you can use this welcome offer from 1xBet to bet on the next game, Nantes-Toulouse. And if you remember, of course that you remember, Alain, that was the final of the Coupe de France where Toulouse destroyed Nantes. Nantes, they stayed in the Ligue 1 for this. They were this close to go to Ligue. There, tell me if they've improved or not this season for Nantes. And Toulouse is going to be a very important season for them, not only because in their stadium we will see the Rugby World Cup, but because they are going to play in the Europa League.
No, I think the team is worse than the last season, and with a lot of institutional problem. They lose important players like Giroto and Blas. No major signing for the team. 𝐿𝐭𝐴 have a lot of problem with the fans. The atmosphere is really bad. I think is one of the teams start with the baddest feeling in this season. The preparation are really bad. 5 games, only 1 victory against Angers, is a Ligue 2 team, and the last two games against Köln and against Lorient gave to the Nantes fans really bad feeling. Toulouse, after his brilliant season, wanna improve that season. They will play in Europa League. That one is difficult to conserve that rhythm. Is a really intense team. Toulouse, they changed the manager. A lot of we can do a lot of question about Toulouse. They lose important player like Brest, 𝐸𝐴𝐳𝐴𝐻𝐵𝑒𝑡, especially Branco van der Bomen. That one, I think they will be suffer that. Nantes have baddest feeling. Toulouse have a lot of new player signing with the data, and that one we doesn't know how can going. I choose the X for this game. I every week choose an X. X 3.50, and we can maybe try to victory of Toulouse X no bet, because I have really bad feeling about Nantes for this season.
Well, the odds are basically the same for both teams, but Nantes, they are slightly favorites. These are the two last Coupe de France champions, by the way, Nantes and Toulouse. And then we have Rennes Metz, Rennes, last season they finished 4th, very close to the Champions League spots, but let's see if this season, Alain, they can do more with 𝐬𝐿𝐴 in charge. They sold 𝐬𝐭𝐿𝐴 to Chelsea, 27 million, and we know from last season that this is a very strong team, always playing at home in Rosen Park, and Metz is a newly promoted team. What should we expect about Metz?
Rennes lose 𝐬𝐭𝐿𝐴, yes, but they're signing Andy Diouf, the best midfielder in Conference League last season from Basel, Enzo Lefebvre, one of the biggest talent in France, and Ludovic Blas. And I think they've improved the quality in the midfield. That doesn't improve the quality maybe without the ball, but with the ball, it will be a show to watch Stade de Rennes this season. With Rennes, we have always the same question. There can be improved the mentality. For the technical skills, Rennes is one of the best team in Ligue 1. With the aggressivity, with skills about suffer in one game is one of the worst. Remember the last season when they played away, the average of points was really poor. And 𝐬𝐿𝐴 must work about that. Now, Metz, warning with Metz, there doesn't lose any friendly game. Brilliant summer for Metz, and especially Metz conserve his key player, 𝐜𝐭𝐚𝐲, another surprise, guys. We can write this name. 23 goals in Ligue 2 and 8 assists last season is amazing. I'm really surprised he stay in Metz. And Metz have a strong identity, have a really expert manager, the veteran Laszlo Roni. He known the Ligue 1. It can be the surprise. Maybe from the team came from Ligue 2, I think Metz have the biggest chance to save the category. Now, the first game is really hard to play in Rennes. I choose both teams to score because Metz is able to score in Rosen Park, but Rennes is able to score 2 or 3 goals. I think it's a good deal. Both teams to score 2.05.
Okay, and not too far from Metz, we have, next to, let's say, the east of France, we have Strasbourg, Olympique Lyon. This is our last game, Alain, with Strasbourg finishing in the 15th position last season and struggling to stay in Ligue 1, and with Lyon, a team that also needs to improve this season. They finished 7th in the last season, and Laurent Blanc, with the whole summer, they had time to improve, to train, but they haven't spent a lot of money in this summer transfer window, Alain.
No. But he's not finished. He's not finished the market of Lyon. It's a terrible summer for Lyon because you have the new property. We doesn't know what is the ambition about Textor, because he has Botafogo, he has Crystal Palace, he has Lyon. In which position is the priority Lyon respect to Crystal Palace and Botafogo? I think it's the third right now. Botafogo is an amazing season in Brazil with 12 points advantage and in first position. Crystal Palace made a really good season last season in Premier, and in Premier we know the television right for a owner is a gift. And Lyon right now, we doesn't know how will be finished the market. The friendly game was terrible. The last 4 games, 4 defeats and no goal score against Crystal Palace, against Celta, against Molenbeek, against Manchester United. Maybe the team are running well without the ball, but with the ball is really poor. It's really poor at the moment. And that one against a team like Strasbourg with new signing Pat Vieira in the bench. Strasbourg is Chelsea property right now. They're signing really young talent, And if Vieira found the alchemy with that new player, with Angelo Gabriel, with Dylan Bakwa, Emmanuel Emaga from Sturm Graz, that one can be a really good mix and can be improved. The last season of Strasbourg, we will be watch if they can confirm the brilliant summer, because Strasbourg in the last 5 games there doesn't lose in this season. Now Lyon is always the same. Lyon, remember last season, Edu, it was my nightmare to predict.
Yeah.
But I think Strasbourg doesn't win at home against Lyon since 2018, and stats are doing to kill them. And I choose Strasbourg winning odds, really interesting, 2.72.
Well, Alain, this is it. 9 games to enjoy in the first match day in Ligue 1. Let's see if you are correct with Lyon.
Beginning, the
Sorry?
beginning is always is always difficult.
Yeah. Of course, we have to see where all these teams are going to in this season. In the meantime, perhaps you have a safe bet for us.
Montpellier Le Havre, over 1.75 goals, odds 1.45.
And run your first ACCA of this season.
Nice, Lille, both teams to score. PSG Lorient, over 2.75 goals. Montpellier 1. Rennes, Metz, both teams to score for a total 10.95.
Wow, ambitious, Alain, to start the season.
Right.
Well, good luck to everyone. Remember, of course, to press the like, to subscribe. Tell us in your comments what you think, if you are happy to see us back. And Alain, thank you very much. Merci beaucoup, and see you next week. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Ciao, ciao.